You had that third failure in a row. Did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
But there are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight in the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult. Probably not the guy that most people would bet on.
Who wins?
It's like a little kid fighting a bunch of sumo wrestlers. Usually the sumo wrestlers win. We're a little scrappy company. Every now and again, a little scrappy company wins. And I think this will be one of them.
Everyone from the Doge community that's in here tonight, I want you to listen to me very carefully. Right at this moment, I want you to stop what you're doing. Even anything else you might be doing, we'll have in the stream. And I want you to look. I want you to look at that computer screen monitor or that TV screen in front of you with that thumbnail art and my voice coming through to you right now. And I want you to understand one big, simple, epic concept. We are going to win. We are going to win. We are going to win. We've got the Doge-mentum. Can you dig it?
Maybe have some fun. I mean, it's like there's a good chance that crypto is the future currency of Earth. Right. And then it's like, well, which one is it going to be? Like, what would be the most ironic outcome? That the currency that was invented as a joke, in fact, becomes the real currency.
Right. Wow. No, absolutely. So, to the moon.
To the moon.
When you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up.
Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live on this Friday night, feeling all right. What is going on? What is going on, guys? I got some familiar members in the chat and some new folks as well. Good to see you guys. Great to see you guys. Before we get started, if I could just ask you to smash that like button. It takes a split second of your time. It doesn't cost you a dime. Also, if you're new here, I'd like to personally welcome you. You are watching Steven Steele Live. I am Steven Steele. Welcome to our little sliver of the internet. Would love to have you join us. We've got a great community here, so we'd love to have you sync up with our vision to the moon, Mars, and beyond. Just simply hit that subscribe button, hit all on those notifications, and you will be locked and loaded, people. Locked and loaded. Who do we got up in the chat tonight? Who do we got here? We've got Slayblaze. We've got Josh Randell Disavows. We've got Larry Ramirez. We've got Zombie Doge Army. Me, you. Alan Schneider. Hump Deezy. Kama DeLuffy. Scott Herforth. Cloud Chamber. And so many more. So many more. Welcome one. Welcome all. Got a cool show lined up for you guys tonight. And we are going to get down to it, boppers. Nick may or may not be joining us. He might have passed out. I'm not sure. We'll see if he jumps in here or not. But either way, we're going to keep the show going strong. If at any point you feel compelled to super chat, those are obviously super appreciated for all the time and efforts put in. And feel free to ask whatever questions, comments you'd like, and I'll field it to the best of my ability. And I got a poll up there. It's the first poll I've done during a live show, and it's kind of a softball, right? It's the softball. Do you still have the Doge-mentum? Right now, 96% reporting yes, 4% reporting no, and 0% reporting maybe so. And I also put a link to my new merch store that I just launched. There's been a couple sales, right? Now most people don't even know that I have one, right? But I've got Doge-mentum t-shirts, Doge-mentum yoga pants, Doge-mentum hoodies up there for men and women. The Mentum t-shirts, of course, and Steven Steele Live t-shirts as well. I got 2 designs up there, so that's just another way you can support the community, support this show while doing it in style, looking good, guys. I wouldn't steer you wrong. That gear is fly. You'll be looking a-okay. You'll be looking sharp. You'll be looking very distinguished. So, what is going on, guys? Will Smokes, welcome. Link, welcome. Let's see. Alex Price, welcome. Dan the Man, haven't seen you in a bit. Welcome aboard. All right. Can you dig it? I can dig it. So let's just get down to it. First story, let me pull up my notes here. Sorry about this, guys. I had the wrong set of notes from a show from a couple of nights ago pulled up. I had the wrong show notes pulled up. So let me reroute momentarily here. How many of you were here last night? We had an awesome show here last night. I'm not going to be able to do as long of a show tonight because my throat is still recovering, but went about 3.5 hours last night. And if you missed it, don't worry. The show is up on the archives. I would encourage you to check it out. It's one of those really nice slow burners that you can just kind of play while you're doing other stuff and just kind of take it in. more of Joe Rogan style. It's about a little bit over 3 hours long. But my guests were obviously my co-hostess with the Moses, Sadaf Jadran, but also Catherine Brodsky. Catherine Brodsky is a freelance independent journalist and writer. She's written for anyone from Esquire to Playboy to Variety. And she's just a very, very, very cool woman and very bright. We just had some very interesting, substantial conversations that went, that covered a lot, really. Covered a lot. So welcome, Dylan McDougall. Let's see here. First story up, Solana, you guys. Have you guys seen Solana? Absolutely surging. And it actually overtook Dogecoin today for its ranking. Dogecoin's still hanging in there in the top 10, but Solana temporarily dislodging Dogecoin's ranking. This comes courtesy of investors.com. Solana price surge sent Friday into a new high, put a market value above Dogecoin's, making it the 7th biggest cryptocurrency. So Dogecoin is currently number 8. By midday, Solana price is up 13%, $143.68 after reaching a high of $145.97. That gave it a market cap of $40.6 billion. Then it raced ahead of Dogecoin, which dipped 1% to 29.9 cents with a market cap of $39 billion. Meanwhile, Bitcoin, largest cryptocurrency market cap, rose about 2%. Ethereum, second largest, gained about 4%. Amid Solana's price spike, the cryptocurrency stocks also made moves. Coinbase closed at 4%, blah, blah, blah. Solana has shot up more than 40% this week alone and soared more than 7,500% since the start of the year. That growth is driven by a rise in demand for the tokens in minting thousands of NFTs being launched on the Solana blockchain. Analysts say, some say it's proving to be a pivotal rival to Ethereum due to lower gas fees. The fee to perform a network transaction, higher scalability. So yeah, that is the main thing that's pushing this forward, that's pushing this Solana phenomenon. Say that 3 times quick. Solana phenomenon is the high gas fees that are incurring as a result of Ethereum transactions, Ethereum transfers, and Ethereum is still far and away the number one default go-to cryptocurrency for NFT transactions. But in the midst of high transaction fees, high gas fees for Ethereum, this problem still has yet to be resolved, frankly. And so it leaves inevitably a market space open for projects like Solana, for projects like ADA, and it'll continue to do so, particularly until Ethereum 2.0 comes out. But the thing is, once Ethereum 2.0 comes out, once the Doge-Ethereum bridge is maximized, once Doge becomes proof of stake, something we're going to talk more about, Dogecoin becoming proof of stake, it's really going to take a lot of the wind out of the sails, in my opinion, of projects like Solana and even ADA. To be clear, not that I think that those projects are going to be going anywhere. Not that I think that they're not going to continue to succeed and do well. But I think we're in a bubble now with Solana, because we are once Ethereum 2.0 comes out, this is going to handle a lot of the gas fee dilemma. And furthermore, I do believe that Dogecoin is headed to becoming a proof of stake project. And once that happens, along with the proof of stake converting to a proof of stake coin, and along with its bridge that it's building with Ethereum, well, now it's wide open. Now Dogecoin will have free capabilities all across the NFT marketplace. And I think there's just a lot of tremendous potential going forward I do see a future wherein Dogecoin is very successfully integrated into the NFT space in terms of purchasing and selling. And obviously, along with Ethereum, which I still think will be the staple hallmark in that industry, but I think Dogecoin will be a very close complement, secondary option in that space, and that's going to mean big money, big increases in market value, and big time expansion in utility, so I think we are in the middle of a bubble due to kind of an in-between zone wherein we're still waiting on Ethereum 2.0. We're still waiting on these things that I'm speaking of, but they are coming down the pike in the very near future. I do believe. I really do believe. So, that being said, I do take this, what I'm talking about, very seriously. And the reason that I do is because just a day and a half ago, Vitalik Buterin himself spoke about this very thing. He addressed it in a Q&A he had on Twitter, wherein he opened it up to only his followers, which are rather limited. To the people that he follows, which is rather limited compared to the people that follow him, of course. But that being said, he did open it up to them. And his answers were, well, quite revealing. His answers were rather newsworthy. Very newsworthy. Elon Musk asked him, "What is love?" "Baby, don't hurt me no more." To which Vitalik replied, "Little X, don't hurt me." But more importantly, Zoo asked Vitalik Buterin this: "What are some promising ideas for Ethereum Doge cooperation? What was it about Doge that got you interested in the project?" To which Vitalik Buterin responded, "Personally, I hope that Doge can switch to a proof of stake soon, perhaps using Ethereum code. I also hope they don't cancel the $5 billion annual POW issuance. Instead, they put some kind of DAO that funds global public goods. Would fit well with the Dogecoin non-greedy wholesome ethos." Yeah, I think that was awesome. I think that was an awesome answer. I personally don't think Vitalik Buterin would have publicly responded with an answer like that, unless he was already well underway making moves behind the scenes to move Dogecoin to proof of stake. And I say this because we have recent history as an example on what we can expect from Vitalik Buterin by looking at his words. Steven Steele bums super chat. Are super chats turned off, you guys? Are super chats really turned off? Yep, they are. They are. That's a real bummer. I'll tell you what's going on with that, you guys. And that really sucks. So what's going on with that is, since I started this channel, this platform said that I need to verify this channel through a unique PIN number that they can only send through snail mail. For whatever reason, they can only send it through snail mail. And it's supposed to take about 30 days. Well, it's been about 4 months. I've requested 4 pins. And I've received 0. And then I was told today, as a consequence, my channel's been demonetized memberships are paused, and now super chats are off. So you can't call anyone at YouTube. You can only get customer support through chat windows. So I told them today what was happening and that this needs to be resolved. And I still have yet to receive a dime of payment from YouTube. So then they told me that they needed a copy of my driver's license and a picture of my mail at the address that I put in. So I provided that information for them. And they told me that they were going to have someone get back to me within 24 hours. So hopefully, hopefully it gets resolved really soon. It seems to me that it would be, given the information they asked for me to provide. I don't know why that this couldn't happen before. But it's just one of those things, guys. I mean, what are you going to do? It's one of those things. I still love YouTube. It's just one of these things, you know. I mean, it's out of my control. Just kind of at the mercy of their team. And I just have to trust that this is going to be resolved within the next day or two. So, yeah, my apologies for the hiccups in the service, hiccups in features. I didn't do anything wrong. I've been doing everything I can on my end to facilitate this. By the way, Nick, I see you, buddy. I'm going to get to you in a minute. I'm just taking care of. I'm multitasking over here, but thank you for giving me a heads up. Yeah. So it's just what can you say? It just kind of sucks, you know. But we'll get through it. We'll work through this, guys. It's just a small hiccup on the greater path here. But we'll deal with it. If you do want to super chat, I haven't used it in a while, but I'm gonna put a pin. I mean a pin. See how mixed up I am now. I'm gonna put a link in the chat to my Stream Elements. If you want to tip me directly there through Stream Elements, and you can put a super chat message in there, I'll read them out loud, and I'll pin that link to the top of the chat, and I will keep an eye on my Stream Elements instead. Jessica says, I can't listen while I'm at work right now, but I'm trying to support. Thank you, Jessica. Appreciate you. Yeah, we'll see, guys. I'm just trying to stay cool with the platform, stay in terms of service, and I put it this way. I'm reading all the things that you guys are saying in the chat, but I hear you. Just put it that way. I hear you. At any rate, I'm going to bring in Nick here. See if we got Nick. Nick, you there?
I am here.
Oh, there you go. Better late than never, my friend.
So weird. So I had my Discord open, and I saw you jump in the recording room for like a second and then jump out. And then I didn't get a notification on YouTube that you were live. So I was like, oh, there's probably just like a tech problem or something like that. So
yeah,
sorry.
No, it's not your fault. I think as a consequence too, the platform has deactivated notifications as well on me. A lot of features have been disabled for me temporarily until I can get this verification thing sorted out, you know?
It's Susan coming after us for talking about crypto.
Oh, I'm trying to stay good, my friend. I'm trying to keep things together. I love YouTube. I just want to go on the record that I love YouTube, and I love to espouse all the opinions and sensibilities that are within its terms of service. So,
I love our benevolent overlords.
Yes. We're trying to play nice here. Okay, so yeah, I was just talking about. Good to have you back. By the way, I was just talking about the Solana. It's absolutely surging right now. Just off the wall.
That's Doge a couple days ago.
What's that? Oh yeah,
market cap.
Yep. Passed it for number 8. And I was kind of just saying that I think this is kind of a surge bubble for Solana because they're able to capitalize and take advantage of a need for an alternative for.
Well, they had that hackathon, I think, last week, or maybe it was the week before.
Yeah, I think
it was last week.
Wasn't long ago.
Yeah. So now, like, all of these dApps are going to be running. Actually, it's so funny. A guy at the gym came up to me today, and he's huge. He's really big on this dApp that hasn't even been created yet. It's not running, but it will be running on Solana. They participated in the hackathon. It's called Pi, or the Pi Network, and I believe it runs off of the Solana chain. And he's so huge on it.
Oh wow, I got some super chats coming in. I love this because honestly, guys, through Stream Elements, to be honest with you guys, I get a bigger cut. I think Stream Elements only
you actually get the money.
I get it right away, and it gets deposited into my PayPal, and they only take 10%. So I appreciate it. I don't know if they're showing up on the screen, but I got 3 super chats here, guys. I got one from Josh Randell Disavows, $20 super chat through Stream Elements. Thank you, Josh. I really appreciate it, man. Says first time using Stream Elements. Welcome. I really appreciate you kicking things off with a generous super chat there, Josh. And then Scott coming in with a $5 super chat via Stream Elements. Dogecoin is inevitable. Big agree, and thank you so much, Scott. And then Dylan McDougall back in the fold. I believe Dylan's an Aussie, if I'm not mistaken. Says, much love, bro, with a tip for $4.20. We love the 420. We love the 6.9. We love any variation of these things in this scene, of course. But thank you so much, all 3 of you guys, for coming in big with the setting things off with the stream elements. I'm also kind of trying to multitask to see if I can figure out how to get notifications on the pop up on the screen for those, but just rest assured that I'm getting notifications on my end through the activity feed on Stream Elements. So in the event anyone else super chats, I see it right away and I'll read it aloud. I'll make sure no super chat gets left behind, ladies and gentlemen.
Before I popped in, I heard you talking about Doge going over to proof of stake, or Vitalik commenting on Doge going over to proof of stake.
Oh yeah. By all means, expound on your thoughts on this.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, so, if anybody out there can correct me if I'm wrong here. I don't know. I don't know of any proof of work platform that has ever switched to proof of stake. I don't know if that's ever do you know of any crypto that's ever switched from proof of work to proof of stake?
I don't think it's ever been done.
Right. And if Doge pulls it off, I mean, even if it has been done before, there might be some random coin out there that got switched over that I don't know about. But I mean, I'll be the first one to say I don't know everything. But I've never heard of that happening before, and that was one of the huge things that, like, who was talking about Billy? You know, when Elon proposed that Dogecoin needs to be faster. Well, the way that you make there's really no way to make a proof of work system faster. The only way to do that is to change it to proof of stake. So I don't know if they pull that off, that will be insane. That'll be huge.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's going to pull it off, it's Vitalik Buterin.
Yeah, it is Vitalik. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I read a comment by Billy the other day on Twitter that basically said that he didn't know how you would go about doing that, and that he seems to think that it would involve creating a completely different coin.
Oh wow.
So, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know the like I said, this is way above my pay grade.
Yeah, me too. In all honesty,
way above my pay grade. But if they pull that off, and it's like they switch it, and one day Doge is now a proof of stake, I think that'll be like it'll be like Solana for Dogecoin right now.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Like, again, just like to echo what you said, this is outside of my field of expertise. So obviously Billy Billy would know much more than we do, and Billy is essentially saying there need to be some fundamental restructuring going on here.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, like I talked to Billy about it way back when Elon first brought that up, and like I think we were going back and forth about like if it's even mathematically possible, like does physics allow for this to happen? Like, can it actually work? The person to ask really is Vitalik. Like he seems to think that there's a bit of Ethereum code that can be plugged into a proof of stake chain and not screw everything up.
Right.
And that will work. I don't like I said, I don't know. I trust Vitalik in that department. I would love for him to like expound on that and maybe post in the Dogecoin dev GitHub about what their plans are for that, because I would just be interested. I don't know. I've never seen anything like that happen before, and like I said, if it was possible for Dogecoin to do that, I mean, that would be an absolute game changer in so many ways.
Yeah, and this is another reason why I really want to get Ross Nickel back on the show. I corresponded with him briefly the day before yesterday, and he's just up to his ears in work, especially with the recent relaunching of the Dogecoin Foundation. So he's just kind of buried and mired, and he said he definitely wants to get back on here, but he doesn't. He can't quite commit yet to getting back on here yet. So we'll do what we can. I'm gonna. I got a couple other connections to people on the Dogecoin Foundation, so I'm going to see if I can get somebody else that's sitting on the foundation on the show here to discuss these things.
Even if they're whatever, if we can't get them on for a little while, maybe just flash them the question like, is it physically possible to switch Doge from proof of work to proof of stake to proof of work, and just ask them that question so that we can discuss it. I mean, we don't have to go into the details. We can wait until somebody can come on and walk us through. But just a yes or a no. Like, is that even possible?
Well, Josh Randell in the chat says Vitalik would never say it could be done if it couldn't. It'll happen. I kind of think that too. I don't think he would say it unless he felt he could pull it off. I mean, like we saw when he was on that 3-hour podcast with Lex Friedman, that's when he first floated out the Doge-Ethereum bridge, right? But he kind of mentioned it like, oh, it's just something I'd like to see, right? And then before you know it, a month later, it was being aggressively worked on by both teams. It didn't take that long to secure that. So I think it'd be a fairly reasonable to conclude that it's a fair probability that this is something he's already put quite a bit of thought into and is ready to start the process of execution. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Like, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, you and I might be, two of the most plugged in people directly to
right.
Dogecoin developers, and we don't know exactly
and we don't
what they're doing.
We don't even know.
we're super close with all those guys, and we just don't know. With that being said, I think if it's possible, Vitalik would be the one to get it done. Kind of shooting off that, I just wanted to talk briefly about what's going on in the market currently. And I posted a bit about this in a couple other places today. And, just, I think I had a dream the other night about Bitcoin. So weird. Everything seems to be going, especially the alts. A lot of alts are moving in this uptrend right now. And it's really, really encouraging to see. With that being said, Dogecoin is kind of just stalled a bit. And just like we saw the other week when Doge hit 35 and came back down, I think there is a hole right now in the market of Dogecoin. And eventually that hole is going to get exploited. Like, sitting in the 30-cent range for so long, there's, if you just look at the percentages, I mean, for the past 30 days, we're up 45%, which is great. But there's some huge movers in the top 10 now. We've got Solana up almost 300% in the last 30 days. We've got Cardano up over 100% in the last 30 days. Ethereum, we're about at Ethereum's level, but it's, number 2. So there's some big movers. XRP is doing really well. All of these alts that are kind of blasting off are having their own little individual moments to shine, and they're all kind of for different purposes and different reasons. But I think right now, especially for those who are playing daily markets or weekly or swings or whatever, there is a definite hole in the Dogecoin market that there is potential for a quick move to the upside. And I've noticed, by the way, that we used to carry a lot of we used to have a lot of nightly momentum where all crypto would move up usually at our time later at night. As soon as China got taken out of the picture, now it seems more and more that the momentum for us is happening during the daytime, and we're having these stalls at night, and then you wake up in the morning and boom, it's back on again. I kind of like that because I wake up early, so it's nice to see crypto popping when I wake up. But yeah, I've just some things I've noticed about the market recently.
Yeah, I think those are great observations, and I think that's all fair. And then Nick, if you could just check your text quick, and then and then also something else. I think what's really moving a lot of this, though, Nick, in terms of ADA and Solana, particularly, and Ethereum, of course, is just a massive tidal wave of the NFT marketplace, just really taking over lately. And all through what does ADA, Ethereum, and Solana have in common? They are all currencies wherein people can transact within the NFT marketplace. So I think that's playing a really, really significant role here. And the quicker that ETH 2.0 can get out there and we can get the Doge-Ethereum bridge up and running on the marketplace, I think between those two things, and now we're talking about proof of stake for Dogecoin. If all three of these things can happen in the near future, I think sky's the limit. Because when you think about how fast and efficient and cheap Doge is when it comes to its gas fees, if you give Dogecoin the capabilities to be able to be a player in an alternative within the primary spaces of the NFT market, I think things could really go gangbusters. What do you think?
Absolutely. Clearly, obviously, NFTs are like the hottest thing on the block right now. Or I should say, hottest thing on the blockchain. But I'll be here all night. I think, obviously NFTs are playing a huge role in all of these proof of stake coins taking off right now. But it's not just NFTs. Like, it's dApps. It's like all of these ADA, ETH, all Solana. They're all building ecosystems, right? They're all building this huge community within the coin itself that has a bazillion different projects going on. In fact, some of these, Solana being a perfect example, is creating challenges for people to bid essentially, or the hackathon, or put up their ideas to become the first people to get into that program to be able to do it. So it's like, these are valuable, highly valuable spots that people are trying to get in there. And the same goes for Cardano and ADA. It's the same exact thing. So yeah, these coins that are coming out now or their ecosystems are launching now, are going to become very, very successful going into the future. That I mentioned this on the last time I was on. I'm putting a huge investment into ADA. I think it clearly is going to be one of the top runners, just along with ETH, Solana, and I hope Dogecoin going forward. I think that whole idea of providing value, not just through price action, but through the availability of user interaction to do different things, art and applications and all these different services, and that is what utility. People always dog on, well, what's the utility? Well, not only is Doge the most transacted of all, but when all of these things get built upon it, it will have tons and tons and tons of utility.
Yeah, I think that's really well stated. And I posted something, I think it was this morning or yesterday, I forget which, but I just said that I was I was watching one of Charles Hoskinson's most recent lives, and he was kind of going back into throwing some soft shade at Doge, and it's kind of annoying me. And so I just put on, and he seemed so sure of himself that the way he was talking, that ADA was going to go, right to the top, like to the top. And I was like, I think ADA is going to do really well. Don't get me wrong, I do. But I don't think it's going to overtake Ethereum. I don't think it's going to overthrow that number 2 spot. For as brilliant as Charles Hoskinson's is, I don't think he's brilliant enough to overthrow what Vitalik Buterin is doing and what he's been building, respectively. Now, the wild card here for me is Solana, because Solana isn't integrated with OpenSeas. It's not even an option on OpenSeas, where the lion's share of NFT transactions take place. So I think that's a big part of it. I think that's a big part of holding its fate. How many of these major NFT platforms are going to be working with them, are going to accept Solana? It remains to be seen. Also, Ethereum's been around. Ethereum's really laid all the groundwork for this, and they have the advantage of that, wherein they already have a lot of these relationships really set up, and they have a lot more infrastructure set up, even though they've kind of left an open opportunity by taking so long to get Ethereum 2.0 out, right? The only reason I think Solana is surging right now is due to high, unpredictable gas fees of Ethereum. I think without that problem, or if that problem was greatly dissipated, I don't think Solana would be anywhere near the top 10. I don't. So once Ethereum handles that, and I do believe they are going to handle that in the relatively near future, what's that going to do to Solana? Now, we know ADA. I don't think ADA is going to be leaving the top 10. I think ADA is a really solid long-termer. But in terms of Solana, I'm not convinced Solana's going to be sticking around the top 10 long term. What do you say?
Yeah, it really, really remains to be seen. I mean, anytime you see a parabolic run, you know what we what we all expect from parabolic runs. When it goes up, comes down,
Right.
and sometimes just as hard. So, it does. It remains to be seen. Solana could be a better long-term hold than ADA in the long run. We don't know. We don't know. It's too early to tell. What I will say is what might bring ETH. I mean, with ETH now, NFTs reign supreme. There's really no, I wouldn't call it a monopoly, but they're running the game. Binance has a bit of the share, but not much. But the problem really, it is the gas fees, and they are working on it. But I think that Dogecoin might be their solution to that. This might be Vitalik's big play to eliminate some of the fees that occur with ETH and gas and purchasing and selling and buying NFTs. With that being said, I've actually played around. So for those who don't know, if you're in the chat, I'm just gonna assume, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Yeah.
The Dogecoin Dogecoin Core version 1.14 came out. They pushed an update to all of the wallet holders to basically integrate the fee reduction code, which is now live. It is active, and I've played around with it. I played around with it yesterday and today. Very interesting. It's basically a select your own fee feature, which is kind of cool.
Wow.
It's based off of how much you're sending and the size of whatever you're sending. So I think it's based off kilobyte, but it pretty much is like select your own fee, which is kind of cool. So far the wallet can't support fee estimations yet, so you can't really see exactly, like, if you do select if you select the option to use that, you don't get to see exactly what it's going to be. But with all that being said, do you know how much it cost me to previously send 1 million Doge?
What's that?
1 Doge. It cost me 1 Doge to send at right now $300,000. So it cost me less than 30 cents to send 300 grand, which is hilarious.
Amazing.
So it's a fraction of 30 cents to now send $300,000.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. With a bank, you know how much that would cost?
Oh my God.
You know how much that would cost in Ethereum?
Oh my gosh. In Ethereum, it would be like 100,000.
Yeah. You'd be paying tens of thousands of dollars at least to send that much.
Right.
So Dogecoin and the simple act of creating the fee reduction code may in fact be the first step to bail Ethereum out of its high gas fees. I don't think, for the same reason that I don't think Ethereum mathematically can change, the gas fees that are in Ethereum are written hard into Ethereum. I don't think that those can change. And because if they could, they would have already done it. I think that this shift for Dogecoin to become almost next to feeless is what Vitalik is looking for to bring Ethereum to more users at a cheaper, more reasonable price to use as a daily, currency to purchase NFTs or dApps or whatever you might be using it on. And the Dogecoin Ethereum bridge and bringing Dogecoin into a proof of stake chain may be the path that rises Ethereum to that #1 spot.
I hope everyone that's watching right now is listening very carefully to what you just said, because I think you're really onto something, Nick, and it's something I've been suspecting. But to hear you say it out loud really kind of starting to confirm my suspicions. What you're talking about here, in my opinion, is essentially one of the most potentially epic developments in Dogecoin history. So what you are implying essentially is that Vitalik Buterin's one of his main motivations towards setting up the Dogecoin Ethereum bridge is for the sustainability and long-term survival to set up Ethereum for dominance, right?
Yes, Dogecoin in the future, or who knows, this could be happening today, it could happen next week. Dogecoin could become Ethereum's lifeboat, and it would rise. I mean, it could rise Ethereum to the number one spot. It's very possible. If they're talking about moving Doge to proof of stake, side chaining Doge to Ethereum, you basically dissolve. Think about this: the amount of people that wish that they could be in the NFT market right now, but simply can't take place in it because of the expense of gas fees. And by the way, it's like trying to figure out gas fees on a minute-to-minute basis is insane. They go up and down and up and down. It's just crazy.
Right.
With Doge, it would be virtually non-existent. Gas fees would be, you're talking about fractions of a penny.
You guys, I'm not sure. Okay, the chat's pretty quiet. The chat's mysteriously quiet right now, but
It's a lot to absorb.
What we're talking about right here is so major that it's really hard to describe. I mean, we're doing our best, but what we're describing here, and I think what you're talking about here is more than likely correct. What's going on here? It makes perfect sense. So most people would assume on its face that the Doge-Ethereum bridge has been happening at the predominant benefit of Dogecoin to Ethereum. But as it turns out, and don't be wrong, this is going to be, in my opinion, a very symbiotic, hugely mutually beneficial relationship and pairing. But as it turns out, plot twist, Ethereum needs Dogecoin more than Dogecoin needs Ethereum. Would you say that's correct?
I think you said it pretty well. It is a mutually beneficial symbiotic relationship. However, this isn't something Vitalik would be working on for kicks and giggles. He's doing it because there is an inherent need for Ethereum to run smoother, cleaner, and cheaper. And that it just so happens that the largest community, and by the way, probably the most active community in the NFT space right now, is reluctantly using his product to the detriment, by the way, of his product. So the more transactions, the more the blockchain gets condensed, the more information is being passed along, the higher the fees get. It is hurting Ethereum little by little. It's like a death by 1,000 cuts. And there is a way to absolve all of that. And it's by relying on the cheapest to use and cheapest to operate and most widely known coin on the market, which is Dogecoin. And yeah, there's an inherent benefit to Ethereum to doing this. And Vitalik wouldn't do it if there was no benefit. I mean, I don't want to say like this guy's just doing it for him. It is a mutually beneficial relationship, but it benefits everyone. It benefits Ethereum, it benefits Dogecoin, and it benefits the crypto sphere as a whole. And it's really going to piss off BitBoy.
I love everything you said there. Sliding Edge coming in with a $3.33 super chat through Stream Elements. Says cowboy times Doge equals Steele. Parentheses muscle plus tan times Doge equals balls. Parentheses Doge plus Ethereum times bridge equals acceptance Doge plus your e-wallet equals to the moon. That's quite the equation there. Sliding Edge, and
I just did the math.
appreciate
It checks out.
See, it's Nick officially checked it out, so now we know it's legit. It's legit. This is such a fascinating development, and it's one of those things that was in the back of my mind, Nick. But I was like, I could be, but I'm just going to keep these thoughts to myself. But then to hear you vocalize them, and even a bit more articulately than I perhaps would have, and given your history with Dogecoin, spanning back to 2014, it really gives this theory a lot of validity. In fact, I would go so far to say that this is bordering on not even being a theory anymore. I think it's almost painfully obvious once you start exploring it and talking about it more. I mean, if it is true that the current gas fees of Ethereum and the way it's structured are very deeply coded into its fabric, to the point where it would be very difficult to reverse that or augment that in any significant fashion, then Dogecoin would be the ideal antidote via bridge to handle this fee situation. I mean, you just got done talking about transferring $300,000 worth of Dogecoin for 30 cents?
Less.
Is less than 30 cents?
Yeah, 2 pennies.
You guys, this is absolutely revolutionary utility and technology. I mean, this is so major. When you hear about things like this that Dogecoin can be responsible for, is accomplishing as we speak, the more people learn these kind of capabilities in regards to Dogecoin, how can it not be a massive, massive worldwide success when people find out that they can transfer hundreds of thousands of dollars in crypto assets for pennies across the globe? I mean, this is nothing else can compete with that sort of those sorts of transactions on that scale. Nothing else can even come close to competing with that. Now I think it's just a matter of this dawning on more of the community. And now we're talking about if we can successfully convert Dogecoin also to a proof of stake situation. This is going to break Dogecoin wide open into NFT market capabilities. I mean, this could get wild. I mean, given all these factors we're talking about right now, Nick, suddenly $2 Dogecoin doesn't seem that fantastical, does it?
Nothing. It's $2 Doge is a drop in the bucket. And to be honest, it's it's a few 100% away from where we're at now. It's really not that crazy. It is not that crazy to think about. For a long time, and I talked about this on my Benzinga interview. I treated the Dogecoin that I had forever like it was worth $1. I treated it like it was worth $1 back in 2014, and I treat it like it's worth $1 now. But at this point in time, I believe the Dogecoin that I own is worth probably $2, of which I have a lot. unfortunately, I have a meeting with my tax professional on Tuesday, so I might need to cash some out soon to cover some tax burden. By the way, guys, always pay your taxes.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to jail. So not only am I paying my taxes, I'm paying my taxes early. But yeah, so you always got to do what you got to do for the government. That's never going to change. But with that being said, Dogecoin, is currently one of, if not the cheapest transactable cryptos out there, using Dogecoin Core. And the only thing that's really holding back any crypto right now, and this includes ETH, and this includes every crypto, even XRP, which is really fast, is speed, essentially. Visa MasterCard speed is like the gold standard. I mean, it is it's the highest, it's the fastest. However, the fees are also relatively high as well. I don't know what it would cost to use 300 grand on a credit card. First off, you need to have a pretty crazy bank account to be able to use 300K on a credit card. But I'd imagine the fees are pretty exorbitant.
Right.
At the minimum, I think it would be several hundred, if not several $1,000s to do something like that. But yeah, when you're talking about Dogecoin at the moment, you're talking about pennies to send, $250,000 to $500,000, which is insane.
Yeah, that is insane. Like I said, just even hearing that, it just absolutely blows my mind, because I can't think of any other service or technology on the planet that can provide anything close to that. At this point, I think it's in part an educational issue. I think if more people understood this, Nick, I think a lot of people that currently aren't on the Doge train will quickly align themselves with it. What Dogecoin is holding in the palm of its hands, in the fabric of its coding and capabilities, is so remarkably, I don't know what, I'm sorry to sound redundant, is so remarkably revolutionary that if more people knew about its current capabilities, let alone its quickly evolving future capabilities are, then you quickly begin to understand the passion of Elon Musk in terms of his relationship with Dogecoin, wherein he was talking about how it was his goal to make Dogecoin the best digital currency option on the planet, is essentially what he was conveying over Twitter with some developers, right?
Yeah.
So he's not messing around, you guys. He's not messing around. I don't think what we're talking about here on this show tonight has really dawned on even most crypto content creators across the web. I don't think the gravity of this and the epicness of what's already been achieved with Dogecoin has even begun to sink in on even most people in the crypto space. Your thoughts, Nick?
Yeah, I think these things that we're discussing tonight are, I think the wheels are in motion, the gears are turning, but it's all happening behind the scenes, and we don't get to see it until it's already happened. Slayblaze came in with the, he said Ethereum has to reduce, all Ethereum has to do is reduce their fees or move 1 decimal point in the base code, and suddenly it's cheap. They just don't want to because of greed. I don't think that's the case, actually. I think you would be surprised at the complexity of Ethereum and how not easy it is to change things once they've been done. because once you start going in there and changing stuff, and this Dogecoin is a perfect example. Once you start going in there and messing around with things, with Dogecoin it's not as bad, because with proof of work, miners can be updated and things can run fairly smoothly as updates are passed down. But with proof of stake, you have to have an agreement with all of, the stakers all have to come to an agreement, and it's kind of more of a democracy, and I don't think it's as easy as just changing a number with Ethereum. I think it's extremely complicated, probably more so than like you, I, or anyone else in here realizes. And clearly, obviously, Vitalik wouldn't be putting all of this work into Dogecoin if it wasn't the case, right? Like, he would just do the easy thing. And the easy thing is not necessarily the right thing. Especially when you're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars at this point. Between Dogecoin and Ethereum combined, you're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars.
Yes.
So it's not like when you make an oopsie, it's not a little oopsie. It's, like a major catastrophic oopsie. There's some countries out there that don't have, hundreds of billions of dollars of gross GDP. So, like, imagine wiping a country off the map. So yeah, I think, what we're discussing is essentially one of the greatest tag teams in history in crypto, which will end up being Dogecoin and Ethereum. And it's so funny because, like, big money, right? They know this is happening. Like, we're enlightened to an extent, but the big major players in this, the hedge funds and the people in other countries that are buying Dogecoin, through OTC and other means, they know what's happening. They know, like, there's big wallets moving out there. People call me a Dogecoin whale. I am a small fish in a large pond at this point, but there's big money involved, and I think that it will eventually come to light what is happening here, and we're seeing it slowly. The first step was the fee reduction, which happened. They could have easily pulled Vlad, from Robinhood. They could have easily pulled a Vlad and said that they were going to do something and never did it. By the way, I think we've got about a month, or no, we got a little over a month and a half on our bet. For
yeah. I think we're down to less than that. Maybe a month at this point. Yeah. It's not looking good for me. It's not looking good for me, man. So I'm ready to pay the piper.
It's all good.
I
told you could pay me in merch. My girlfriend's been. Every time I see her now, I'm like, "Are you wearing the?"
Oh, she got them.
Wearing the shorts? Yeah, she got them. She loves them.
Awesome. So, I think your girlfriend was the first purchase on my merch store. So, you guys, just to take this opportunity to plug, I do have a merch store now. Most people don't know that, but it's relatively new, and I got 2 awesome designs up. And my first sale, what's funny is about that day, your order came in, and then another order came in for Dogementum leggings as well. So my first 2 orders in my merch store were Dogecoin yoga pants leggings. So I thought that was awesome. Anyway, so I do have a merch store. I got 2 awesome designs, Dogementum, obviously leggings, but t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts. I think even there's socks on there for both men and women's cuts. And then I also have a Steele live design on there too. That's really cool looking, available in the same in the same ways that I just explained with the Dogementum ones. So that's a great way to support the show and look really stylish doing it, and spreading the Dogementum to the public too, and getting people interested about that. If you want, you can, I put the link in the chat if you want to give that a browse. And obviously makes great gifting too. Nick bought some leggings for his girlfriend, and Nick, I'll be happy to take you up on the merch offer. Just take a look in the merch store. Let me know what you want, my man. I'll dial you in. Because you got it. Because I at this point, I think my odds of coming out on this bet are probably about 10 to 90, probably 10%.
I was just reading a tweet from Michi to Vlad, and it basically, I'm not going to read the whole thing. They actually used my name in there, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. But it was basically Michi, basically Joe Biden, Vlad. Just basically like, come on, man, where the wall?
Come on, man.
Come on, man. And it's true, like, dude, I'm telling you, I've made predictions, and they've been so far very correct for a long period of my life, and I wholeheartedly believe, and I don't like saying this, it's not like I get any enjoyment out of this, I just don't think that this is ever going to happen, or if it does happen, it is not going to happen for a very long time.
Right.
I'm thinking years. Like,
wow.
It's going to be at least through the next bull cycle for them to get their wallet act together, and that's like thinking really positive. I hope they do it. I hope Vlad steps up to the plate, and I hope they do it. But I was actually at the gym. A guy came up to me at the gym today and was asking me about it. And I'm like, the logistics of doing this is absolutely insane. Like from the fees to the security to the creation to the final, like every step of the process. Oh, by the way, I was just about to say every step of the process is risky. It's all risky in the chat.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I didn't even see it, Risky. Oh, there's Risky. Hey, Good to see you, Risky.
Yeah, Vlad did like Michi's tweet, but to be fair, Vlad likes freaking every tweet that everybody puts out about wallets. Well, I love, by the way, Risky was like, I saw Risky on I think it was a Robinhood like direct, or it was like from Rob. It wasn't a Vlad tweet. It was like a Robinhood tweet, and Risky was like, you know what? Whoever's running this this Twitter account, I'm not gonna go in on you today. You do you, or whatever it was. So funny, like, because it's true. It's not like I understand Vlad is behind his own Twitter, but or maybe sometimes, who knows? But like, there's just a person behind the Robinhood, Twitter account. It's not like, they don't make any decisions. They just, whatever they get from head office, they just tweet it out. So I appreciate Risky being nice to the Robinhood Twitter user, whoever is controlling that account.
Yeah. It's funny.
It's all day. You just see it. It's wallets. That's all they get all day.
Right. Yeah, I know. It's like 95% of all Robinhood comments it's probably more than that, quite honestly. Yeah. They get ratioed at every pass of the way. I mean, it's not for a lack of pressure. That's for sure. But
I want them to do it, man. I want to see them do it. And I want to lose the bet. But I just don't think it's the betting man in me is there's a reason I made that bet.
Yeah. So I think it's safe to say, what size hoodie do you want, Nick?
Take a large, please.
Okay, sure. Well, I'll get that queued up.
Dogementum large.
Okay, I'll get that queued up and on its way pretty soon, buddy. But those of you who just joined us, you're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele. My co-host is Dogecoin millionaire Nick Balls, and we're having just some extraordinary conversation tonight about the recent evolutions of both Ethereum and Dogecoin. What does that mean future going forward with both Ethereum and Dogecoin, and how does that transpire into the NFT market, and what's that going to look like, and what kind of ramifications are going to take place throughout the crypto market as a whole. Well, as we've been talking about, we seem to think that the effects of what's going on right now, and the things that are shaping up right now in relation to both Dogecoin and Ethereum, are just absolutely epic. There's no other way to describe it. By the way, if you're looking to super chat and you can't, some of the features in my channel have been temporarily suspended due to a verification process. Nothing that I've done wrong on my end. I'm just waiting for YouTube to kind of get things together on their end so we can finalize the verification process for this channel. In the meantime, if you'd like to support the show through questions or comments through a super chat, you can easily do so through the Stream Elements link pinned at the top of the chat. And I get each and every one of those, and they're posted in chat, and I read them out loud in case you want to support the show that way. Anyway, back to what we were talking about, Nick, because I have noticed a fair amount of fluctuation of new people coming in here too. We are talking about what Dogecoin. I mean, I just want to hammer this home one more time, because I just feel like an obligation to hammer this home one more time. People, if they want, right now, as of today, can transfer hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Dogecoin for pennies on the dollar. For pennies on the dollar. And it's done within a few minutes. The transfer is going to go through more than likely within 5 minutes tops. And this is just absolutely an extraordinary accomplishment. And now, as Nick was talking about earlier, you guys, this Doge-Ethereum bridge that's coming to pass, now it's quite easy to see what Vitalik's logic here is. Because Vitalik has one huge, big problem. The only thing, in my opinion, that threatens Ethereum dominance from becoming a reality in the future is the high gas fee issue. And as Nick explained earlier, it's very hard for them to resolve that the way it is, considering how deeply entrenched those gas fees are in its current coding. But what cryptocurrency does not have that issue? What cryptocurrency has some of the lowest gas fees in all of digital currency? And not only that, it moves incredibly quick. Dogecoin. So Vitalik Buterin, when he first expressed that he wanted to build a bridge with Dogecoin, he knew exactly what he was saying. He knew exactly why he was saying that. And he knew exactly what his objectives would be by doing that. Dogecoin has the capability to save Ethereum. The only reason why Solana is in that top 10 chart right now is because of the wild gas fees on Ethereum. You fix that problem, and nothing's going to stop ETH. Nothing's going to stop ETH from overtaking Bitcoin, in my opinion, on the long term. So now we are going to see, I believe, in the relatively near future, a bridge between these two that's going to be so mutually beneficial that it's going to absolutely rock the entire cryptocurrency market to the likes of a development that we've never seen before. Your thoughts, Nick?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think we see the foundation, the layers of this being built before our eyes. Well, actually behind a curtain, but before your and my eyes. We know what's happening here, and for the people in the chat, this is like one of the beginning steps to bringing this all together and coalescing a problem. It's solving a problem within the Ethereum ecosystem that's holding it back. The reins on Ethereum are due to the costs of operating Ethereum. It's stuck under its own weight, in the sense that, Bitcoin is stuck under its own weight, just for, different reasons. And, there's an alternative. There's an out there right now that can solve all these issues. And, one of the major hurdles that we just overcame was the fee reduction code, which, by the way, I mean, it may seem irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, because we were prior to this, I was paying, 30 cents to send $300,000. Now I'm paying a fraction of that, 3 cents to send $300,000, which, doesn't seem like a lot. But if I've learned anything in my, almost decade in crypto, it's that, like, little ripples, not XRP, waves I'm talking about, little ripples become massive waves over time. And these little things that are happening that we'll see here in the near future, the fee reduction code was the first little wave that came out of this. The second is going to be the Doge-Ethereum bridge, or the second or third. These might happen one before the other, but switching Doge to a proof of stake chain, if that is even possible, just forget everything else. Forget all the other stuff that we were talking about. If Dogecoin successfully transitions to proof of stake, that in and of itself will be absolutely groundbreaking. Like I said, I've never heard of that happening before. If anyone, I know Risky's in here right now, like, I don't know if anybody can tell me of a proof of work coin that has successfully switched to proof of stake. Please let me know, because I don't know of any coins that have ever done that. I don't know if it's actually possible, but if it is possible, the man to do it would be Vitalik. And it seems to me, in just my basic understanding of how proof of stake coding works, I think that it is, I think it's possible to go from proof of work to proof of stake. Jesus. I don't think you can go transversely. I don't think that is possible. Like, I don't think you can make Ethereum a proof of work chain. I don't think that's possible, which is why they're in the predicament that they're in right now. So who knows? Like I said, I don't know. I do not claim to know everything. I am not the overseer. Like, I have no idea. If anybody in the chat knows of any proof of stake chain that's switched over to, or proof of work that's changed to proof of stake, let me know. I've never heard of it. But if Dogecoin pulls it off, it will be one of the largest achievements in crypto history. And pairing that, if it happened like fireworks, like boom, 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 like Dogecoin Ethereum bridge, Dogecoin switches to proof of stake. Like, if these things happen in like a crescendoing pattern, man, like that would be absolutely bananas. That would be crazy.
Yeah, Josh Randell says Ethereum is converting to proof of stake. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to do some research on that, Josh, but I have to check that out. So, I don't think that Vitalik Buterin would have. Again, I don't think he would have answered that question unless he already thought it was a realistic possibility to accomplish that with Doge. We've seen Vitalik answer questions like this before. And every time he's answered a question like this before, even wherein it seems that he gives the impression that it's something that he's just kind of lightly thought about, right? we have a record now wherein from the moment he's expressed that, within 2 months, it's become a reality. To me, it's not outside the realm of possibility. In fact, I would say it's a fairly decent probability that the process of converting Dogecoin to proof of stake could be a reality within the next few months. Lest we forget the absolutely epic relaunch of the Dogecoin Foundation, wherein Vitalik Buterin himself was appointed to chief blockchain advisor. Vitalik Buterin is now the chief blockchain advisor of Dogecoin, suggesting that he would like to see Dogecoin move to proof of stake. Given everything that we do know, and these are the facts, I would say the probability of this becoming a reality is significantly greater than it not. What do you say?
I would agree, and I think it's interesting. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we've been talking a lot about Vitalik tonight. I just want to mention that for those who aren't aware, I'm sure most of us in the chat are aware, but another person who was appointed to the foundation, Elon Musk's personal legal advisor. That's freaking insane. I think about, what are these meetings like when Billy and Vitalik and Elon's buddy get together? Like, do they just, is it like Pinky and the Brain? Do they like get together every night and they're like, what are we going to do tonight, fellas? We're going to take over the world. Like, what is the Dogecoin Foundation's meetings like? It's got to be insane. These are some of the smartest people in the world in their respective fields getting together to make Dogecoin, not anything else, better. It just baffles me. It's so weird. Michi's in here.
Yeah, Michi said, by the way, welcome, Michi. It's great to see you in here. Michi Lumen herself is in here.
Whoa.
Yeah, and she's a core member of the Dogecoin Foundation and one of the primary developers of Dogecoin. And thank you for stopping by, Michi. Really appreciate it. She says, I'm not going to stay in here for long because I'll get clobbered, but A, yes, it's possible. B, we're not done yet, and C, the rest remains a mystery. Theremin music. Put some pet sound vibes on those comments. Good night and thanks for y'all. Thank you so much, Michi, for.
I'm like sweating right now. I swear to God, I'm like sweating right now. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, sometimes the reach of this small little show, it's pretty amusing sometimes. So, thank you so much for weighing in, Michi. You obviously have an open door to the show. If in the event you'd ever like to be a guest on here, we'd love to have you. And the community here has a lot of respect for you. She says, salutes, and hey, I hope Balls is your birth name.
It is. Kind of, yeah. It's Hungarian.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much.
Did somebody like turn up the heat? I am sweating right now.
No, Jesus. I think you're a little starstruck, Mr. Balls.
I am, dude. This very very rarely happens to me.
That's funny. Steven Steele, if Doge can convert to POS, sure can, then it shall be done. Yeah, there we have it, folks. We have official word from Michi. I'm going to read her comment one more time because frankly, it's a big deal. So Michi was kind enough to grace us with her presence firsthand, from the horse's mouth here, direct. I'm going to read this one more time for y'all. She said this. Yes, it's possible. So there we have it. That puts that to rest. Yes, it's possible. That's it. It's possible. B, we're not done yet. I love that. C, the rest remains a mystery. So, what an incredible comment for her to come in and grace us with that.
I have been thinking about this for days now, like ever since Vitalik mentioned that. Like, is the, because I don't know. You know what? Who am I? I'm just some guy who got into Dogecoin at the very beginning. I'm not a computer engineer, software engineer. I don't develop any of this stuff. I get the general concept. I've, way back when I played around with creating, like offshoots of Bitcoin. So I understand like how that works, but like at the fundamental level, like I didn't know if it was even mathematically possible to do something like that. And just the confirmation, just hearing that, dude, I got like a hot flash. I'm seriously, I'm kind of like freaking out over here. That's so incredibly. People in the chat, do you realize what this means?
Yeah.
Do you realize what this this is insane. This is like no one's talking about. This is the first time this has actually been confirmed anywhere. This is insane. This is insane.
Deep breaths, Nick. Deep breaths. This is definitely an episode for the record books here. We've got our good friend It's All Risky here, and we had Mishi Lumen herself confirm a very epic question, honestly, that nobody, frankly, had the answer to outside of the foundation, really, until now. So that is fantastic news and enlightening news. Folks, in my opinion, there is so much to be excited about, specifically with Dogecoin, the Dogecoin community, and the vision going forward. I don't think Dogecoin, I know we're trading sideways here just at under 30 cents, but listen, what's going on in the bigger picture and what's going on behind the scenes, there is so much to be excited and optimistic about, in my opinion, that it's frankly very hard to not get absolutely elated over what's transpiring. And I do believe that there is enough evidence to suggest that Dogecoin could very well end up being, I would say it's a pretty decent probability that Dogecoin will ultimately end up being the most popular, the most often transacted digital currency on planet Earth. I know it sounds silly to say that when you're talking about dog money and memes, but at the same time, as I told Billy in conversation once, I said, because sometimes Billy he is kind of like in awe of everything that he's created and what this has evolved into, because he didn't think it ever come to this, right? Ever come this far. I once said to him, I said, well, I know this was created in part out of jest and just for kicks, but if you didn't go ahead and program all that utility in with it, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. But you did. So he ended up creating something that's both fun with some real world utility that's gone on to evolve just brilliantly, and thanks to people like Mishi and Ross Nickel and others in their core circle there, to where we find ourselves where we are now. This entire show, this entire community is the result of this almost happy accident that's just evolving into something very brilliant and remarkable and unique. And it's why you folks are here watching the show. It's why Nick and I have become friends. It's really remarkable. It's really remarkable. What do you say, Nick?
Yeah, this this has like been one of the tonight has been one of the best nights of the past few months for me. Like, this has been really cool. Yeah, I think that, you know, and I'm just like everybody else out there. Like, there's days, right, you know, where I'm like, man, you know, it's slow, nothing's happening. I'm just kind of like, you know. But just like stuff like that gives me so much hope for the future, and it really like it just, when I see those articles come out from time to time from you know, on typically comes from the Motley Fool and places like that, where another crypto it's usually coming from, you know, wasn't people like Charles, but other crypto developers who are in the space. Or, you know, the first comment they'll make is usually like, there's no one working on Dogecoin, it's a dead project. I want to reach through the screen and grab them and be like, I just spoke to one of them. Like, right now. Yeah, it's incredible, like what the advancements that are taking place within Dogecoin are, yeah, just really, it's really cool, man. It's just really cool. And I would, you know, although I did, you know, blindly purchase this project years and years and years ago, I would love to say that I had like a crystal balls and were able to be like, I knew this was going to happen, but it's not. I didn't. I really didn't. I had a good feeling, but it's just so incredibly like reassuring to know that all this work is being done, and that all these really, really great people are coming together to make this like dream a reality. And not only that, but like expound upon that and become better and do better every single day. It is, yeah, it's really cool. Really, really cool.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild, and it's frankly just, it's inspiring and a lot of fun. Not only what Dogecoin's built, but what we've built here in this micro community over the last, you know, what's it been, a little over 4 months now. It's been, well, I think about almost 6 months since I started this channel, but I think you came on at about shortly thereafter, about 4 months ago, right?
April, May, June, July. 5 months.
5 months,
Oh,
okay.
Maybe 4 or 5 months. I came in during the first pump, actually. Oh, I'm sorry, the second pump.
Okay.
The day of, I remember.
Gotcha. So yeah, some pretty, I would describe this as major breaking news, particularly in Doge related news.
I hope somebody, please, people out there, or Steven, clip that.
Yeah, I did. I'm on it, and we'll be talking about it. I will be tweeting about it for sure. This is just really cool. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I don't even know where we go from here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed and hopefully.
Yeah.
Try.
Yeah, pretty exciting stuff. Yeah, if you want to, yeah, it's already, I just realized how late it was already. It's already quarter to midnight. But yeah, if you want to sign off, Nick, I can take it from here and just cover a couple things afterwards.
Cool deal, man. This has been one of the most enlightening Dogecoin nights of my life, and there have been a few, but this one takes the cake.
Yeah, right on. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad we were able to experience it together, and I will check in with you tomorrow, my friend.
All right, later, bro. Have a great show.
All right, thank you, Nick. And you guys can follow Nick Balls. Just spell his name just how it sounds, Nick, and then BALLZ. Just start typing that in on Twitter, and he'll pop up right away. If you don't already follow Nick, give Nick a follow. He's a great guy with some a really unique perspective in relation to Dogecoin for someone who's been invested all the way since 2014. Yeah, it's just cool to have someone on as a co-host with that unique experience and perspective, particularly as things start to really kick into gear and evolve here, 2021 going into 2022. It's just really cool. It's just really cool. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of multitasking with a lot of tabs open and looking at notes and things like that. Can you please repeat what topic was and what Mishi was referring to? Well, Mishi was referring to is it possible for Dogecoin to become a proof of stake situation? Because Vitalik Buterin spoke on this about a day and a half ago, saying that it was something that he personally would like to see happen. Okay. And we weren't sure. Nobody really knew if this was definitely possible or not. So Mishi just weighed in here on our show on the chat here to tell us that it was indeed possible. Okay. So this has been confirmed. And then she went on to tell us that that they some of it's still a mystery, and that they're not done yet. That's what she said. So interpret that how you want. She says they're not done yet, but I think that would imply that they are working on something like this. Is what I can't say for sure is that what that implies, but that's the first thought I have when I did read something like that. So yeah. Steven Steele, I sent you a DM. Okay. Does Stream Elements actually alert you, or do you check not familiar Stream Elements? So let me check it here. Oh, I'm sorry. I just got another super chat. It says it's from Anonymous, but maybe it's from you, Josh. Just let me know who it was from. And I'm going to put this tip in the chat, the super chat in here. And it says it's from Anonymous. Anon tipped. All right. So Anonymous, it says Anonymous anyway. It could have been somebody else. If it was you, let me know if it was your super chat. Tipped $20. Thank you for the generous super chat of $20. Really appreciate it. Super fan here. Mishi graced us. Question, besides technical reasons, don't you believe that Vitalik and the gang wants to align themselves with the super loyal and positive Doge culture? Yeah, I do think. I think that from things that Vitalik Buterin has said in the past, that he has a strong love and affinity for Dogecoin and its respective community. And in fact, he went so far as to travel, I believe, to Japan to visit the OG original Shiba Inu dog that is based at that all the Doge memes are based off of. So he went to see that dog in person. So he traveled all the way to Japan to do that, to give you an idea. And of course, over the years, Vitalik has been seen wearing Doge t-shirts, sometimes to public events, things like this. I think the altruistic, charitable nature that Dogecoin was in part founded on, and within that spirit, I think also he finds rather appealing too. And that's definitely I think an important value and piece of aspect of Doge culture that's really kind of woven into the fabric of what Doge is about. So I think that he finds appealing as well, you guys, as well. So yeah, just pretty epic evening here, guys, and I'm still just kind of processing it, and just give me a moment because I'm kind of just going over my notes, and I want to tweet out this news with Mishi, so just give me a moment here while I do that. Just feel free to chat amongst yourselves and take in the synthwave. I'm still with you guys. I'm just sending out this tweet. Okay. I'm still with you guys. All right, got that tweet out. Let's see. I own a fraction of that original meme, so if you use it, I'll have to charge you $10 per Doge. I think you were must have been on the show when I was talking about that. The original meme of the original Doge dog meme was I purchased for something like the NFT was purchased something like 11 million, and they recently decided to divide it up into what they call micro fractions that you could buy. I personally, I'm not a fan of this concept of buying a micro fraction of an NFT, particularly since the company that was responsible for spearheading that own the majority of those micro shares. So it's not like you'd be able to make any power, or you not like you have any power or abilities to suggest or decide the destiny of your micro share, let alone what happens with the rest of that NFT. So you're essentially just owning, in my opinion, a pretty useless souvenir. Oh, yes, guys. So yeah, that was big news confirmed here tonight. That was really, really cool. I'm going into the rest of my notes now. There are a couple other things I wanted to get to with you guys tonight. And I'm also keeping an eye on my stream elements. Sorry I missed that last one. I did get the notification, but I was just multitasking with everything that was going on. So too many tabs open. This comes courtesy of Yahoo Finance and FX Empire. Cardano hits the $3 mark for the first time as analysis predict Super Bull cycle. Super Bull cycle. I like the sound of a Super Bull cycle, not just a bull cycle, a Super Bull cycle. This summer, get ready as Cardano hits the $3 mark for the first time in this Super Bull cycle. Cardano has been one of the best performing cryptos in the market. The coin has surpassed BNB to become the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap. However, ADA might surge higher after seeing an all-time high of $3. Ethereum has also successfully cemented its price above 3,500, and the Ethereum native coin currently trading at 37.75 per coin. Cardano continues to set the record trend in the market, reaching an all-time high of $3. DeFi and non-fungible tokens are some of the hottest fields in the crypto space, and they are gaining massive adoption globally. Hence, the possibility of NFTs and DeFi coming to the Cardano blockchain is enough cause for a rally. Cardano's price is up over 4% in the last 24 hours. ADA trading around $3 mark. Why analysts believe a Super Bull cycle is underway. The crypto market has been in a bullish trend over the past year, despite slight correction and experienced over the summer. Despite the impressive performance displayed by the broader cryptocurrency market, some analysts believe that we are set to enter a Super Bull cycle. The cycle could see prices of most cryptocurrencies. Listen to this. The cycle could see prices of most cryptocurrencies double or triple over the next few months. Michael van de Pop that's a Dutch name if I've ever heard it. I'm half Dutch. As my mother says, if you're not Dutch, if you ain't Dutch, you ain't much. It's very kind of a mean thing to say, isn't it? But it's because it rhymes, it's more playful, right? I actually have a t-shirt that says that. Michael van de Pop is confident that prices of cryptocurrencies could continue to rally over the coming months. Wow, guys. So not only in part, that news story is the obvious. Cardano hitting $3 is extraordinary accomplishment. But what's even a bigger story within that story that's underplayed, in my opinion, I've seen this, more and more analysts are coming to the similar conclusion that we are bordering on the precipice of a Super Bull cycle within the next couple months that they are predicting are going to double and triple a large portion of cryptocurrencies across what I would guess would be the top 20 or 30. Let's see what's going on in the chat. All Risky says, I agree. Risky's a very, very smart individual. ADA was 303 the other day. Maddie says. So that is the Super Bowl cycle. I think there's a pretty fair probability for a Super Bowl cycle within the next few months. And more analysts are shaping up to get on the same page with this predictive narrative. So I would say it's a pretty fair probability that this becomes a reality. Again, I don't think typically September is a very bearish month for crypto. So far, folks, up against what we've seen over the last 4 or 5 years in crypto, come September, is looking pretty good by comparison. Usually it's a pretty big hit, in September. Now, do I still think September is going to be bearish and red September is what they often call it? Yeah, I think so. I think we're in for some bearish times during September here. But as I've stated before, I do not think, given all the new dynamics that are in play this season, that haven't been in play the previous 4 seasons, wherein September really has been extraordinarily bearish. I don't think it's going to be as deep red. I don't think we're going into deep red this time around compared to, let's say, to the levels that we have been going in September over the last 4 seasons or so. So I would say that we're going to have, if I had to predict, a light red September. And then, hey, I think the super bullish trends could start as early as right at the beginning of October. That doesn't sound unreasonable to me at all. And why am I predicting this? Well, when we look at how many new people have come into the space since just 12 months ago now, it is just remarkable. And now we know, we have data to show. That Dogecoin is more responsible for bringing in newer investors into the crypto space than any other cryptocurrency out there. And why do I say we have data to show? Because we can see the quarterly earnings reports of Robinhood, which distinctly show us that not only is Dogecoin responsible for the overwhelming lion's share of crypto trading activity, but that it actually is responsible for nearly 30% of all of Robinhood's profits, with stock trades included. This is incredible. This is incredible. And we also know that the lion's share of brand new investors into crypto default and start at Robinhood. So by proxy, we can safely assume, by knowing that most new crypto investors are on Robinhood, and knowing that the overwhelming lion's share of crypto trades done in totality are Dogecoin trades, that the majority of new investors in the crypto space have been ushered in through Dogecoin. And it's a lot of folks. It's a lot of folks. I say all that to say this. I think that the cryptocurrency market has grown so substantially in the last year that the previous trends of the 4 years before this, wherein we've gotten hit with an extremely red September, I think it kind of changes the game. Now, I'm not going to go so far as to say that it's going to be a green September change, but I think we have more than enough evidence to suggest that it's not going to hit us nearly as hard as it has in previous years. It's still a long month. We're still in the beginning of it. I will allow for a margin of error that I could be wrong on this, but given everything that I've seen, I think it's a higher probability that I'm correct on this. Let's see. I'm just check out the comments here. Will says, I say a lot. I've always talked like that. I'm sorry if you find that disconcerting or not assured enough for you, but it's always how I've spoken. It's just the pause that I naturally take while I'm formulating my thoughts before I go forward. Everybody has their quirks. Everybody has their, little trademarks and ways of communicating. I don't know what else to say. It's just me, man. It's just me. So Reese Witherspoon just got into crypto. She bought Ethereum, and she announced it on Twitter that she is in, and she is in on the ETH. Maybe we should call her ETH Witherspoon. How about that? I thought that was pretty clever. ETH Witherspoon. She could be the it girl for Ethereum. Maybe they could make her, like some sort of unofficial mascot, or queen of Ethereum. And she just said, "I've just bought my first ETH. Let's do this. Hashtag crypto Twitter." That's pretty adorable. Uproxx reported Reese Witherspoon has officially entered the world of cryptocurrency on Thursday night. The morning show actress tweeted that she just bought her first Ethereum, and her replies instantly filled up with a welcome wagon full of weird. As for what the heck an ETH is and what makes it different than Bitcoin, Ethereum is the world's first programmable blockchain, which has all sorts of applications, most specifically creating NFTs. Not really. I mean, how in depth do you really want to go into a story like this? It's pretty straightforward. But it shows some of the more cringe reactions, I guess, to the Reese Witherspoon tweet announcement there. Let's see. Catching up on the catch him on the chat here. I will also add too, not that this is anybody's business, but I am dyslexic, and that does play a role sometimes in my speech patterns. But take your shots, man. Hope you feel good about yourself. Matt Wallace is one of the people spearheading Doge-X. This is a new NFT line coming through. I'm sure most of you have already heard about it now, but the artwork is really cool. It's like, I like that it's a little bit gritty looking, and it's the super cute stuff of the stuff that's been released. I do want to preface, anytime I talk about Doge-X, I am now, just for in full disclosure, I am on the Doge-X team. As far from a marketing standpoint, I have been asked to come aboard. So in return, I get 2 free NFTs from the team. I'm unpaid, but I get 2 free NFTs for being on the team. But I have a long history of being friends with Matt, and Crypto Batman's also on board, and then Mike Davis. And so these are all guys that I've always gotten along really well with. So it's great to be a part of it. I'm really excited about the project. I think it's got really massive potential. And that line launches on the 7th, is when all the minting takes place. So I am going to be shopping for an additional NFT to purchase on minting day as well. So I think that has huge potential. But Matt Wallace obviously has tremendous reach, and there's going to be an Elon themed ones, a lot of rareables involved. There's going to be an Elon themed one, a Mark Cuban themed one, a Billy Marcus themed one as well. And so it's just it's one of those cool things. I'm just feeling a lot of good energy behind it, and I'm not telling you what to invest in or how to invest in, but I also think it's going to have an inherent, likely have an inherent positive effect on Doge overall. And given the future of NFTs and how much of the marketplace it's really taking up right now, I think it's just exciting to see these two things working together. So that's all Risky says. Doge-X is going to be awesome. And I think it's looking that way too. From everything that I've been looking at, and the website the Doge-X website just launched today as well. And all the information dumps that are coming out right now, even makes me more confident about how this project's being handled and where I think it's likely headed. I'm just getting very epic vibes about it. I'm very excited to be involved in it. Rodrigo says, I just set my OpenSea account. I'm very excited. How many of you guys already have OpenSea accounts? If you already have an OpenSea account, press 1. If you don't, press 2. I'm just curious, because this is, let's be honest, the NFT scene is still in its infancy stages, and most of us are brand new to this, including me. I'm relatively new to it as well. I haven't even had an OpenSea account for that long, but I am really enjoying the space. Yeah. I'm going to put $1,000, really think. Rodrigo, yeah, I think 1,000 would be more than enough to buy a minted Doge-X NFT. Yeah, so we've got, definitely some ones. Definitely a lot of ones coming in. Zombie Doge Army, not yet. Yeah, like I said, I haven't even had an OpenSea's account that long. Someone bought the Bobby Sticks I wanted before I could get it. That is really an extraordinary success story. Crypto Batman creating his only NFT line from scratch, and it went up nearly 50x within less than a week and a half. It's really cool to see, and he deserves it. Crypto Batman, he works hard just like me, and he's definitely a good friend of mine in this space. Yeah, it looks like most of the people responding, I'd say it's probably, let's see here. Let's count them up. Guys. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 ones and 1, 2, 3, 3 twos of people that have responded anyway. I'm into online gaming. I don't need NFTs. Yeah, I totally understand that. I would also like to preface this conversation when I talk about NFTs, and I've stated this before on the show. I'm not saying that NFTs are for everyone. As someone that's a casual art collector and has been collecting vintage, primarily impressionist oil paintings for many years, I understand. The relationship that I have with my physical pieces that I own and sell are different than the relationship I have with NFTs. And I know inevitably some people are going to have the perspective, well, I only like to have physical art, and purchasing digital art just doesn't appeal to me. And I respect that. I don't think that's a wrong opinion to have. I have respect for that opinion. But conversely, I don't think it's wrong to be a curator or a dealer, an owner, a trader of digital art and have a digital art collection. It's just a different experience. I feel like it's just an extension of the experience of art ownership and trading. And I kind of like the quirky, rare comic book trading card hybridization that is kind of going on within NFTs right now. It kind of has a Garbage Pail Kids quality to it, but like super high value, right? It's just fun. I think it's a lot of fun. And we are experiencing brand new technology in a really just fun, extraordinary way, in my opinion. Yes. It's All Risky says everyone will own an NFT within the next 5 years. It's All Risky, very bullish in the NFT market. It's All Risky again says NFTs are more than art or profile pictures. They're fractionalized communities and tokenized memberships. Yeah, great point. Great point, Risky. Great point. Risky coming in again says blue chip projects with strong communities, solid foundations, and dedicated leadership. Rodrigo coming in. I'm very excited for you guys. I think you guys will make a big difference. If Upshot was able to get a lot of money with Upcoin, the big collaboration of big awesome YouTubers make. Yeah, I don't even know how much he came out with, but man, boy, was that a shock to the system. I just can't say it enough. But yeah, that was just the way Upshot went out. Obviously, it goes without saying, was handled very poorly, to say the least. Anyway. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to get to before I left you guys. Yeah, there's definitely more stuff because it's just my throat can last. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I have others I don't even, but I was going to do a members only stream, but now that's deactivated, right? So I don't even know if I can do a members only stream right now. This is so frustrating, you guys. I'm gonna power through one or two more things I want to get to here, guys. This is a cool article I came across on futurism.com. Elon Musk, Tesla making a robot because robots are coming anyway. I will not, this is a direct quote from Elon, I will not be able to ensure that robots made by other companies are safe, but I can try my best to do so at Tesla. So for me, that's the most interesting part of the article, is the sub-headline of this article, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but I didn't know that before, that was one of the main motivations prompting Elon Musk to try to get together an AI line on Tesla, is because he's concerned about the safety of humans. So he wants to do everything in his power to launch an AI line that is safe for human consumption and that will not harm humans. I find this both hilarious and simultaneously unnerving, frankly. So I don't know. I don't even want to go into the depths of the article. I just didn't know that. I didn't know that was one of his primary motivators towards seriously pursuing Tesla AI line. So yeah, I don't know, guys. Anyway, guys, so yeah, my channel's not deactivated. Obviously, I'm streaming right now, but again, just to kind of summarize, what's going on is I've been waiting to get officially verified from this platform for over 4 months. And for whatever reason, their policy is you can only verify your account through a PIN number that they send to you through the old-fashioned mail, snail mail. I never got one. I requested a PIN 4 times now over the course of around 4 months. And I still don't have it. So if you can't verify your account within a 4-month period of you becoming a YouTube partner, you get demonetized, and then people can't super chat you, and then memberships get paused. So I chatted with someone with customer support today, and they provided the pictures that they asked for, identifying myself, etc. And they said someone's going to get back to me within a 24-hour period. Now, is that going to result in a resolution of this issue? I mean, I hope so. I hope so. But all they could guarantee me is that they're going to have their team look over this account and this issue and get back to me within 24 hours. So that's what I do know, guys. That's what I do know. Wasn't Rick and Morty doing an NFT or something? I don't want to spread false news. That's quite possible. That's quite possible, guys. Anyway, guys, I've been going, going on about 2.5 hours here. 2.5 hours here. And since I went about over 3 hours last night with Catherine, I'm going to rest my throat, but I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I also want to remind you guys, September 8th, the lead guitarist of Kiss will be my featured guest. Yes, Tommy Thayer will be here on Steven Steele Live on Wednesday, September 8th. You don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that. Josh Randell, Disavows, coming in with another big super chat of $20. Josh, thank you so much, man. Thank you for your generosity and strong support of the show. Hugely appreciated, man. Honestly, I can't express to you how much I appreciate it. Josh Randell tipped another $20, said, even though I loathe the way things went down, I miss Upshot. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I understand that. I do too. He had a very seemingly genuine, warm, down-to-earth, sensible vibe, right? And much of his content before things went south, I'd say he gave a lot of good advice. I think he gave a lot of sensible advice before things went south the way they did. It's just unfortunate. I feel like if he never forayed into starting Upcoin, he'd probably still be on YouTube and doing well. But it is what it is. And hey, life goes on. Those are just the curveballs that inevitably sometimes come our way, right? Anyway, once again, I'm going to plug it. September 8th, Tommy Thayer, the lead guitarist of Kiss, will be here. Definitely put that in the calendar. Definitely bookmark it. I got some other great guests I'm working on too. I'm not at liberty to announce yet because I'm still working out the logistics, but I will let you guys know as soon as I can on more updates. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. Alan says, I'll buy merch instead of super chatting. Oh, that's awesome. You just go to, thank you for that. I'm going to put a link to my merch store in the chat as well, you guys, in case that's of any interest to anyone. I got Dogementum tees, and anything from tees to yoga pants to hooded sweatshirts, etc. They're all there, guys. And then I've got a Steven Steele Live designs that are in there too, of similar variety. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you all again so much for your support. And until next time, this is Steven Steele signing out.
If we operate with extreme urgency, then we have a chance of making life multiplanetary. Still just a chance, not for sure. If we don't act with extreme urgency, that chance is probably zero. And the rate of innovation is not going to be constant. It's either going to increase the rate of innovation, or it's going to slow down. If you look at American access to space with Crew, we were able to go to the moon in '69. Then with the space shuttle, we could only go to low Earth orbit. And the space shuttle retired, and then for almost a decade, there was no America had no access to space for its people. So this is a pretty bad trend. It's trending to zero.
Right.
We need a very strong trend in the other direction in order to have any chance whatsoever of making life multiplanetary. Yep. So that's the reason for the extreme sense of urgency.
really build the technologies necessary to make life multiplanetary. To answer more seriously, if you consider the nature of importance itself and say, how do you tell that anything is important? Well, the lens of history is a helpful guide here. And the more you zoom out, the more you can distinguish the things that are important over a great span of time, the truly important things, versus the things that may seem important in the moment but are forgotten once that moment has passed.